Hello, 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 my beautiful people. Thanks for stopping by once again. I just want to use this opportunity to say thank you, thank you, thank you to my subscribers. I am amazed. I am amazed and grateful. Grateful. Thank you. Yeah. I came across another another one of Cynthia's gist topic, and it's very very funny to me. That woman's title makes me laugh. She says black men will only protect you from dating white men. And that is not a lie. That's not a lie at all. Because the black men I see today, they are, if I cannot date you, no one else will. And if I don't want you, I don't want anyone else to want you. Um, in my opinion, I don't think black men are not what black women should be hungry for, if you ask me. They are not. I'm sorry to say. They are not. With their behavior, their attitude, their just all, when you think of all the pies, like all the pies, you think of all the pies. What are the pies? They are your physical, intellectual, emotional, social. Just think of all those pies. And when I see black men, I don't see I don't see that in them really, because if they had these things I'm talking about, then the black community would be a better place. And in my opinion, not all black men, well, 30% are 70%, I'm talking to 70% of them, which means the good ones, the so-called good ones, are just 30%. Black men as a whole, from their behavior, from my understanding, from what I have learned so far, they lack emotional intelligence. They do. And they are these emotional creatures. They lack emotional intelligence and do not know how to resolve conflict of any sort. That's what I've come to gather and realized about the black male. Because whenever I go underneath Cynthia G's comment section, the few black men that come there to comment is always, no other group of men want you. And I'm thinking, how does that correspond? And how come this is the only viable thing you have to say? How come? Because when I watch the video, I am looking for a better debate, a rewarding debate, a something that will say, okay, this one has sense. What he's saying makes sense. This one at least is trying to bring black women and men together. At least is trying to make black women see the other side. Maybe we can't see, I mean, we are not all perfect. But I never seem to see any productive, responsible, mature comment. All I hear is, no other group of men wants you. This is why a lot of black women are not married, or black women will die alone. For the life of me, which who die with someone, apart from when these so-called black men, maybe when they go and want to kill someone, they kill the person, kill their child. That is the instance where someone die with someone. But say, for instance, you die now. Who is going to die with you? So let's say you are married and you die. Would your husband or your wife die with you? Would your mother, say a mother, a child dies, would the mother die with the child? So when they say die alone, that part just reinforces this belief that they don't get it at all. And that is what I see in our community today. They don't get it at all. I always bring Africa because that is where we originate from. Yes? Because if black men actually get it, if they actually do, Africa would be a better place today. I have to always put that in there. I want black women to be careful. Be careful of what you do around children. In this instance, the children I'm talking about are black men. Be careful what you do around them, because they will copy what you do. Yes, they will copy what you do, not what you say. Because I see them like children. And our black men today are the prime example of why black women, if they don't want to divest, if they don't want to divest, they should divest from loving and over-caring. They should divest from loving and over-caring for black men. Yes, they should divest and stop over-caring for black men. And also, when black women were marching for black men or fighting the fight of a man, they did not realize that it would dent their own image, which I am seeing today. Because when you as a woman, you go and start doing a man's job, all in the name of maybe you think you've got, I don't know, ability to. Let me not call it the testosterone they say we have. You don't know it is denting your own image. I remember when this Meghan Markle and what's his name, Prince Harry, when their wahala started, I was expecting black male to speak up for her because, number one, that's their preference. But it surprised me that it was a black woman who was talking more and more, putting her chest forward for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. I was shocked. Black men stayed behind. And this black woman was the one doing the talking, doing all the talk about racism, about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. She was the one fighting for them, not knowing that that fight was not hers. It wasn't hers. It wasn't. Because I must tell you that since that fight, I see a lot of people and the way they now act towards black women. I see it. Maybe most of you don't get it, but I see it. Yes. So I just wanted to throw that in there because black women, we love too much. We do too much. For what reason? Whether it's culture, the way you were brought up, I would like you black women to unlearn that ride or die mentality. That part of the Bible that says a woman keeps the home. Don't overdo it. Because I have learned and it's serving me. It's benefiting me. And I want black women, all black women, to also learn this. Yes. The fact that you clean, you cook, you go to work, you look after the children, that's too much work. And all the man do is go to work and come back. That's too much work. Most black women in marriages, this marriage they talk about, oh, you're not married, as if they know where the ring is. Most black men don't know, they don't know their way to a shop to buy a ring. They don't. It's corny to them. Buying a woman flower is corny. Joining a woman in the kitchen to cook is corny. Holding hands on the street is corny. Kissing is, everything is corny. The only thing that is not corny to them is licking and sucking. That's the only thing that is not corny to them. If you ask me, in my opinion, to the black young girls, because I am an older black woman. Yes, I'm an older black woman. I'm nearly 40. So I am an older black woman. My message to the young black ones, in my opinion, that ship, the ship, there's a ship we've all been in. We've all been in this ship. That ship you are all sinking in, yes, called black men. I advise you to jump out of it. That's my advice if you ask me. If you ask me. Because black men, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And until black women start forming your own code, nothing will change. Nothing will change. My advice for the young ones growing up, the black women, for black women, even the older ones, is to continue to level up emotionally, continue to level up intellectually, continue to level up physically, continue to level up financially, and continue to level up socially, even if it's between yourselves as black women. Continue to level up. Yes. My problem is when a black woman speak up about these things. We are called this, we are called that, we are called but nobody. Unless everybody is just acting gullible and blind and stupid. Yes? Unless that's what we're doing. I would advise black women, because I used to hate when I see black women. I mean, these black women dating black men. It did happen before. It did happen before. It was happening before. For some reason, it then declined. For some reason, I don't know. I used to not like it at all. When I see a black woman with a white man, I'm like, so you looked all over the world, you couldn't find a black man. And that was one thing, that was what my mom said to me. So I had that message on my head when I see a black woman with a white man. And I'm going to tell you a story. Back in 2004, I had an interview. So I made my way to my interview. And when I got there, I didn't know where I was going. So I was obviously confused and I was looking around. And a white man walked down to me and asked if I'm okay. And I said, no, I'm not okay. I'm looking for this place and I can't find it. And then he did whatever he had to do and showed me where the interview was. So I went for my interview and finished my interview, not knowing that this white man was waiting outside for me. He didn't know me, I don't know him. That's the first time we met. And then I took him, he waited for me and started talking to me outside after my interview and asked me if I wanted to sit down in a bar so we can talk and all that. But because obviously I was the only black woman there and there was just white faces around, I was not, it wasn't I'm not used to, in white people's circle and all that. So I said no, I wanted to go, I just want to go home. And then he offered to take me home, which was an hour drive. 45 minutes to an hour drive. He took me home. I got home. That was when he asked for my number. I guess he drove away. And for 2 weeks, we talked on the phone and exchanged calls and all that. And then after that 2 weeks, he decided to invite me for evening out. I dressed up and I went. By then, my mom didn't know he was a white man I was talking to or anything. I just tell her I'm going out with my friend. So after that, after 2 weeks of actually cutting and dating, I went home and he drove down to me to pick me up. No, he didn't drive down. No, he asked me to meet him halfway because obviously it was a distance, yes, for him to come to me all the way down to me. So I think we met at Oxford Circles. So we went out, went to this Chinese restaurant and ate. And then he asked if I was going to go to his place or he should go and drop me home. Because at that time, I would go, I just want to go home. I didn't mind. Because I didn't see any problem with, I didn't see any issue with actually dating with white man. I didn't know about racism then, And then I went to his house. We went to his house and we sat down and we drank. And they said if he should take me home or if I would stay with him there. And my young head just said I'll stay with him. And I stayed there with him. And this man did not touch me. It just held me. He gave me one of his t-shirts to wear, and he gave me things to use. He asked me if I was going to have a bath. I said no, I won't have a bath, I'm okay. And he gave me a toothbrush to just wash my mouth, and I did. I woke up the next day. He dropped me off at the station, and I made my way home. And we were still talking on the phone. That was like close to like about 3 weeks. We were just talking. And then my mom decided one day to actually stop by and say hi to my mother. That part I dreaded so badly. I didn't know. I couldn't tell him no, And then I said, okay. When we went out for dinner again, he came and he dropped me off and he said if he can come up to say hi to my mom. And I said, okay. He came, knowing my mother full well. My mom, first of all, so obviously. Oh Lord have mercy. She saw a white man and she gave him a bad look. When I think of that day, I just feel so embarrassed. My mom gave him a he was a cute white man, My mom gave him a bad look. Oh my God, I froze. When I saw that look, I froze there. Oh Lord, why did I say yes? And then he came inside. He sat down for a while, and obviously I was like, okay. He said, okay, he's gonna go now. And he said bye to my mom, and my mom said bye, And I followed him downstairs, and I was already, my whole body was just not happy with the way my mom received him. I wasn't happy at all. So I walked him to the car, gave him a kiss, and left. Went upstairs. The minute I got upstairs, my mom was like, what was all that about? I'm thinking, what happened? And she said, I saw you went around this universe. You did not see a black man. It is a white man you brought to my house. That was what my mom said. And back then, if I had the sense, I would have asked her, so mommy, am I the one who is supposed to go and find a black man, or a black man is supposed to find me? But because I won't dare say that to my, an African mother, come and reply her back. Who born you? Being naive, I accepted what she said. I said, well, it's true. Why would I go and I should be dating my own, And this white man got home, gave me a call. I answered it, spoke to him like I normally will. But ever since then, my mom said that to me. I just didn't take him seriously anymore. I didn't take him seriously anymore. I just said, you know what? I should just let this white man go because there's no point really. I should really be dating my own. And that was how I pressed and dialed his number on my phone. I remember it was a Nokia 3210. It was Nokia 3210 mobile. I dialed his number. I guess after a week or 4 days, and told him, I don't think we should carry on. I don't think it will work. And that was how I ended it with this white man. And then my brother brought a white girl home. She came in. My brother asked her to go sit down in the living room. My mom was in the room as well. She came out. She saw the white girl, and the white girl, obviously, they don't know how to greet. So my mom had to greet her and say, hello. You know? And then my brother did what he has to do in the house and left with his white girlfriend. When he came back, I didn't see the same. I didn't hear the same warning from my mom to my brother. Back then, I was just like, okay, they are men, they can do what they want, we are women, we have to set good example, So I never really thought of that till this day. I think back and I'm like, why was the standard so different? Why is it that my mother asked me if I couldn't find any black man, that it's a white man I brought to her house? Why did she not say that to my brother? I mean, you would understand if my brother was, okay, then black men, no papers, no documents, they get on with a white woman to get papers and documents. You would understand if that was the case, but that wasn't the case. We came to Europe with leave to remain, so it's not like that was his case. So when I brought the white man home, I was insulted. My guest was embarrassed. I was embarrassed. But the same did not go for my brother. I didn't understand the double standard then. I didn't understand it. But like I said before, I just thought, okay, men are allowed to do what they like, After all, he will sleep with her, and that will be it afterwards anyway. So my mom is trying to protect me from, things like that happening to me. And that was it. I began focusing on it has to be a black man, nothing like a white man, never. And then that was the time I started watching all this racism movie and all, and I began to see the white man as this devil and evil. I didn't even know that the true devil and evil were the white women. I was just focusing the evil and devil on the white men, thinking, yes, they are evil and devils. I'm like, never. So this is what our older generation, especially our mother, this is the picture they plant on her head, to see the white man as the bad one, and which we black women have believed over the years, and go seeking black men. And I actually went to Africa and married a black man from Africa. And that's the story of my life. Yes. And I must tell you, the only time I've ever felt like a woman, because the environment, the behavior was so different. So different. Like, I crave that kind of love. I crave that kind of attention. I crave that kind of mature man I find in that white man. I crave it. And when I went to marry a black man, I became the man. How did I become the man? Tell me. Because I was the one leading. You know, I was the one leading. So, I find that black men are always silent when it comes to pressing issues. When it comes to pressing issues, they are always silent. They are always silent. Like when Cynthia G said stop birthing them, they turned it into stop. Cynthia G said they should start aborting them. No, she said stop birthing them. That's what she said. They threw tantrum and all that. But when they know these women, they want to birth them, they don't like the look of themselves and the look of these women. Why do you want black women to keep birthing you? I don't understand. My advice to black women and the young ones growing up, you have to unlearn culture that the white man is bad for us. You have to unlearn it. Unlearn it, please. Unlearn it. The first man I met when I came to this country was a Sri Lanka man, a man from Sri Lanka, who was very, very interested in me. And then a white man. Those were the two first men I encountered when I came into this country. But I just pushed them away because they were in black. Yeah, I did. And I continue to still push them away till this day, because I don't really pay attention to white men, whether on the street or whatever. I don't. Because that part of me that they are evil is still inside of me. I'm not going to lie. It's still very much inside of me. It's still very, just like they believe that we are what? Aggressive, angry, bitter. The same way that message they were told, the same way my own message of they are evil is still in my head. The same way is still in my head about white men. I would urge black women, from what I see, I would urge black women to stay away. Vet all men, oh. Just please vet properly. Vet properly. But to stay away from black men. I believe black men, they are happy when black women are in pain, and when really nobody wants us. They are very happy about that. They are. And while you are doing your thing, just do it in silence. Because you know they don't want you and they don't want anybody else to want you. So they will throw tantrum over you not paying attention to them. Or when you divest, they will definitely start throwing tantrums as soon as maybe they start seeing a lot of black women dating out. They will start throwing tantrums. Just try and keep it low key. Yes? just try and keep it low key as much as possible, because they will start throwing tantrums. As you hear these days, they are obviously taking black women out here and there or whatever. I think it's all men. All of them, they don't want black women to be happy. They don't want black women to reach for the star that they are. So you have to be really careful and vet properly. But my advice is, even if you don't divest from over caring, over loving. Sit down. Let that black man show you what he's made of, what he's capable of. Stop trying to change him. Stop trying to lift him up. No way. I have done that, and it gave me high blood pressure. Trying to help a man that doesn't want to be helped. Trying to lift a man up to become a man, to become a leader. Please, stop it. Stop it. Okay? The young ones growing up. I know we all have brothers, we all have fathers, we all have sons, and we want to promote them, we want them to do better. But we have to also see that this is what the black men promote, not just us doing. We have to also see that this is what they want too. This is what they promote. We have to see examples. We have to see it actually happening. We have to see it happening. So please, I know they say no other group of men want us, and maybe no other group of men want us for what? For what? It's definitely societal message, societal stereotype of black women. Yes, it is. It is. So I don't see why no other group of men wouldn't want a woman. A woman is a woman. Because the black men believe this, that women are women, until it comes to a black woman. That's when they don't believe women are women. Yes? So my advice to you, young ones, is please, look after yourselves. Mentally, spiritually, physically, intellectually, financially, socially. Remain unbothered and think like a man. Yes? Stay blessed. Please comment down below, like, and subscribe. Bye-bye now. I love you.